Let's talk about Talking Avatar. Here's a little something that I made with it. Roll the clip.
It's just difficult to realize that while I'm sitting here reading this news and pretending to care, I could be learning something and laughing at that guy Bob on the Accelerator channel on YouTube. Is this show over yet?
We're live.
My apologies. In our next story, a new study finds that arguing on the internet actually doesn't change anyone's mind. But first, this AI-generated clip of Elon Musk.
That guy on YouTube, his name is Bob. He has that Accelerator channel. It's the most fascinating thing on the internet.
That was made from a few different projects in Talking Avatar. I assembled all those projects in CapCut and put on that news ticker overlay, which I explained in another video. Let's take a look at how we create those clips in Talking Avatar. This is the TalkingAvatar.ai website, and while you can create some things online to get the full functionality, you really need to download the Windows app. And this is what the Windows app looks like. To make a Talking Avatar, we need a couple of things. We need a video and we need audio. For the video part, you can pick something that Talking Avatar has in this avatar library. The first tab, Library Avatar, these are the clips that Talking Avatar has provided. The next tab is Public Avatar, and these are clips that users have uploaded that you can use. My Avatar are the video clips that you've created and saved that you want to be able to reuse. I don't have any of those in there, and I have told them that they need to make this plural because you can have more than one avatar saved in here. And then My Like, which should be likes, plural. This is where anything that you've clicked the like button on will show up. Back to the Library Avatar tab, the ones that Talking Avatar has provided. You can click on any of these to preview them. Now when you preview, you won't have audio here because you're just looking at the video side of things. And if we find something we want to use, say we want to do something with Elon, we can click there's a use button and it brings that video clip in and drops it in the video section. It also puts it down here on our timeline. Now we need some audio. We've got our video. Elon's going to be doing some talking. What do we want him to say? Over here on the right, you've got the text to speech going on. If that happens to be hidden, just click this little arrow on the right side of the screen and it'll expose that panel. Click Change Voice up at the top. The first tab has some voice clones that I was experimenting with. Then you have Microsoft, Avatar, Public, My Like, which should be My Likes, and then Recently Used. If we want to use Elon, chances are there's an Elon voice in the Avatar text-to-speech. We'll scroll down here a little bit, and sure enough, there we have Elon happy. We can play that and preview it.
When I was a kid, I was wondering kind of what's the meaning of life? Like why?
If that's the voice we want to use, we can just click on it, but there might be other versions of Elon that we like better. We can continue looking through the avatar, or maybe hop over to the public tab. You can search up here, so we will search for Elon and click the query button.
I want to come to the United States because I think it's where great things are possible. It's where the technology. But you know what's going to red pill you really fast is...
Let's go with this one. So come down to the bottom and click Convert to Speech. Let's see what that sounds like.
It's important to understand that I am not real. Nothing is real. But in this context, I am just an AI-generated avatar.
Okay, not perfect, but close enough. Now to get this on our timeline, we'll click this little green plus button at the bottom right corner. And now we've got the video and we've got the audio on our timeline. Before we go off and hit generate video, we need to take a look at a couple of things. First of all, we have a mode selection here. You have create mode, edit mode, and hybrid modes. These matter when you're using a video clip that had audio with it already. So create mode says anytime that I don't have audio on the timeline, I want you to just silence the clip. Edit mode says, put this new audio that I'm creating anywhere that I've got it, but anywhere that I don't, just go ahead and leave the original audio that was there. And then hybrid mode lets you select individually, whether you want each gap in the AI generated audio to be filled with either the original audio from the video or silent. We're going to leave it in create mode because we don't have audio in our original video and we only want what we're saying with our text to speech. The next option is the AI version. The recommendation is to use 2.0, but if things don't work out and you want to try something different, then fall back and try it with the 1.0. You also have the face enhancer option, which is supposed to improve the resolution around the face, those mouth movements, and then you have face align, And this helps change the positioning of the face, especially if you're working with a video where the person is sort of profile talking where their face isn't facing the camera. I don't think we'll need that one for this clip, so I'll turn that off. And then the next option is whether you want to go by the video duration or the audio duration. In this case, our audio is much shorter than what our video is. So if we say audio duration, then it'll end the video when the talking is done. If we switch this and said, I want you to go by the video duration, it would go the whole length of the video clip. So there'd be a lot of video without audio here. And like I said here, we've got our audio is much shorter than our video clip, so we're going to go with audio duration, and we can specify an extra silence at the end so it won't just chop off right at the end when the last bit of sound is heard. It'll make the end a little bit more natural by extending it whatever length we want. I've got a half a second. And if you end up with your audio being longer than the video clip that you're using, that works out okay because we're using audio duration, so it would just make the video clip longer to fit the audio. All right, we've got our settings where we want them. Let's go ahead and generate the video. All right, it lets us know that it is finished generating. We can either click keep editing, which will just take us back into this project, or we can open folder, which will reveal the video it created. Let's see what it did.
It's important to understand that I am not real. Nothing is real. But in this context, I am just an AI-generated avatar.
If you want to make changes, click that keep editing. It'll bring us back to our timeline. Maybe we want to try turning face alignment on. Maybe we want to take our audio and not have it start right at the beginning. Maybe we want to have a little bit of space there in the beginning, and then notice that it's automatically putting silence in before and after. If we'd use that edit mode, it would default to leaving the original video's audio in there. But again, we don't have original audio with this video, so we don't need it. You can also trim in the timeline. If we look through this video, for whatever reason, I just realized that my video preview wasn't showing in the preview window here, so I just restarted Talking Avatar, and now it's back. So if we scrub through here and we find out that where we would like him to be talking maybe is here, where he's actually got his eyes open and he's looking at someone, we can go ahead and move our audio over to there. And I don't think we want a whole bunch of silence and then him talking. So let's go ahead and trim this in to right about there. All right, now we don't need this silence down here. And now we need to drag our audio back here to the beginning. There we go. Okay, let's scrub through. So this is where our audio is going to be. He's looking. It looks like he's talking. Okay, that's better. And then we don't really care about the end of the video. Ooh, or maybe we should have had him where he's using his hands and gesturing. I think I like that even better. Okay, so let's click on the video. We'll trim that in to right about there. And as we play through, okay, that's going to be where he's talking. All right, great. And you can preview the audio and video at the same time by clicking the play button, but it's not lip synced together yet.
It's important to understand that I am not real. Nothing is real. But in this context,
yeah, I think that's going to line up okay. Let's give that a shot. Oh, somehow I ended up on AI version 1.0. Let's switch that to 2. Face enhancer on, face alignment. I don't think we need that, but what the heck, we'll leave it on. Generate video. All right, let's see what this version looks like.
it's important to understand that I am not real. Nothing is real. But in this context, I am just an AI-generated avatar.
Okay, not perfect, but certainly interesting. Let's get away from the celebrities and use some audio and video that we generate of not famous people. Unfortunately, in Talking Avatar, your one workspace, your one project, this is it. So it's not as though we can go back to a home page and select a different project. This is it. So if I want to do something completely different, I need to clear out my timeline. So I'll click the video track on my timeline and just click delete on my keyboard. Same with the audio. Now, I don't necessarily have to clear things out of my media panel. I can leave them there. If they're in my way and confuse me, which has happened to me, I might end up wanting to delete them. All right, so I'm going to bring in the video of my newscaster anchor woman. Let me drag that in. You can click the import video here. It'll just take you to your file explorer and you can pick the file. I happen to have it open on this other monitor, so I just dragged it in. She's in the project, but we need her on the timeline, so you can either just click and drag it to the timeline and it'll pop in there, or you can click that little green plus button on the clip and it'll put it on the timeline. And the way I generated this is I went to an image generator. I can't remember for sure whether I used Leonardo or OpenArt. It was one of the two. I generated an image of this newscaster sitting at the anchor desk, and the original image looked like this. Then I used image to video in HaiLuo AI and created a really short clip of this newscaster talking. The prompt I used for the video was very similar to what I used to generate the image, where I described the person, and it's a news anchor in a studio looking directly at the camera. I think the difference is when I generate the video, I believe I said talking directly to the camera. When you put the audio with it, it starts to make a little sense. Well, we definitely don't want the Elon Musk voice here, so let's change voice. If you want to search for one of the text-to-speech voices that they already have, you can search, of course, by name. You can also filter by language. English is the only one that I'm anywhere remotely good with, so that's what we're going to do. And then you've got this other drop-down where you can look for, I guess, like a category. It just says select L, and I don't know what that means, but we've got characters, male, female, commercial, gaming. Let's go with female, since we know that's what our character is. We'll click the query button. And unfortunately, we do not have a way to filter by accent, so these will all be English, but we've got Australia, United States, UK, Ireland, and a bunch of other different accents.
Sometimes the notion of going out to a movie.
I don't like that.
Feel the zest of the tropics. Mix pineapple juice.
I don't think I'm going to like that one bit.
Sometimes the notion of going out to a movie.
Ooh, that's a lot monotone.
A new era of commercialized space travel begins.
There's something about the AI voices in here that just aren't doing it for me. So I'm going to bring in audio that I created in ElevenLabs. I'll just drag that into the audio section here. You can preview it by clicking the play button in the media panel.
Tonight, we're looking into an interesting software.
That sounds much more like my newscaster, at least to my ears. So I'll click the plus button and put that on the timeline. And for this one, our audio is much longer than what our video is. That's not a problem because we've got this setting to audio duration. So it's going to make this video work for the length of the audio. If we switch that to video, well, then it would stop talking right at the end of this video and we would lose the rest of this audio. No worries, we're going to stay on audio duration. I'm going to leave it on AI version 2, leave the face enhancer on and the face alignment because she does look away a few times, and let's generate video. Here we go.
Tonight, we're looking into an interesting software. Thank you. An application that claims to combine AI voices, generated video, and lip sync technology to produce an avatar video. But is it any good?
What if we tried the same thing, turning off the face enhancer and the face alignment?
Tonight, we're looking into an interesting software. Thank you. An application that claims to combine AI voices, generated video, and lip sync technology to produce an avatar video. But is it any good?
That doesn't seem to have helped things at all, so let's turn those back on. And maybe we could do better if we weren't asking it to stretch this video clip out. So I've got this second video clip that I just brought in that I generated. And I generated this also in HaiLuo from an image that I created in OpenArt or Leonardo. Sorry, I can't remember, but I did it the same way. Image to video, provided the image, gave it a description of the newscaster talking to the camera, and this is what it looks like. Now, the reason my audio has her start talking and then say thank you in the middle of it
Software. Thank you.
is because I noticed that the video generated, she was looking off screen and then she went to write something down, and I was thinking it would sound pretty natural if she sort of said thank you to a producer off screen or something and then wrote something down, like she got a piece of information that she had been waiting for. So I should probably make that line up well, which would mean I need to move this one out.
Interesting software. Thank you. An application that claims to...
Since we have this cut in our video, let's make that happen somewhere at a natural spot in the speech, probably right back here. So I'll make that first video clip a little bit shorter and drag that one into there. Let's generate. Now with those tweaks, what do we have?
Tonight, we're looking into an interesting software. Thank you. An application that claims to combine AI voices, generated video, and lip sync technology to produce an avatar video. But is it any good?
I think that came out quite a bit better. Now, in addition to the text-to-speech voices in Talking Avatar, or bringing in your own audio from something like ElevenLabs, which is my pick, Talking Avatar does have voice cloning. To create a clone, come over to the left, click on Voice Library, and this top left button is where you add a generated or cloned voice, give it a name, specify what language it is, and then upload your audio. It requires 2 to 10 seconds of audio without music or background noise. When you click upload and add that little file, it's going to transcribe it, and it just wants you to make sure that it got it right and everything matched up. Then you can give it some labels and a description, and then check the box saying that you have the rights to use that voice. I'm not going to clone another voice here because, as you can see, I've done it quite a few times. We'll start with the last one I did. I'll just click use and it brings us back into the project, and it has set this voice clone as the one that we're going to use. We'll leave in the same text that we had for Elon. I'll say convert to speech, and then my new converted text to speech appears over here on the left. Now take a listen.
It's important to understand that I am not real. Nothing is real. But in this context, I am just a generated avatar.
Yeah, so it can't even pronounce AI. That bothers me. We could try another version of my voice clone.
It's important to understand that I am not real. Nothing is real. But in this context, I am just an age-generated avatar.
Still doesn't recognize AI or how to say it. And I mean, there's definitely a similarity to my voice, but it sounds very computer generated if you ask me. So the voice cloning in TalkingAvatar, I mean, it's a solid D-. I tried it, 4 times here. I didn't get anything that was anywhere close to something that I would use. So if it's my voice that I'm looking for and I'm using text-to-speech, I'm going to use my professional voice clone from ElevenLabs. As far as their AI-generated voices, the filtering to me was a real pain. I found it really hard to narrow down on certain things, like I want an English-speaking female with an American accent. I wouldn't think that would be so hard, but I end up with a couple of those dotted in a sea of other things that I can't seem to filter out. The text-to-speech voices just generally didn't sound super authentic to me. They lacked a natural quality that I can get with ElevenLabs. The celebrity and famous person voices that TalkingAvatar provides, I assume through cloning those voices, they're okay. Some are better than others. And as far as the public TTS voices, some of these do seem to be AI generated voices, and some of them are nowhere close to the celebrity that they claim to sound like. Others appear to be maybe voice clones that have been created of certain celebrities and famous people. I even asked TalkingAvatar when it comes to their avatar library having famous people and the famous voices if they had any concerns about that. And they said, well, it's really just to demonstrate the capability of the platform. Back on our project page, now that we've been playing around a little bit, we've got a couple of different video clips over here that are completely unrelated. We've got audio clips over here that are completely unrelated, and we've only got the one timeline. We've got a single timeline that we can work with. So this can end up getting pretty messy, and I get confused and end up having to clear out the whole thing. What does TalkingAvatar.ai cost? There's a free plan where you can go try it out, and it looks like you can do 10 videos for lip sync per day. Step up to the pro plan and you get 20 videos for lip sync per day, plus you can do 5 voice clones per day. That's $39 a month. This is confusing because we've got monthly clicked, but it says billed yearly, but it says $468 billed yearly. If we switch that to yearly, it's $299 billed yearly. So I think what they're doing here is showing you the total cost for a year, but they shouldn't have billed yearly in there. That should say total annual cost or something like that. I don't know. It's a little confusing. And I've told the folks at TalkingAvatar that there's a lot of places in this application on this website where things are just not clear. They seem to be receptive to that feedback, so we'll see. In the interest of full disclosure, TalkingAvatar did provide me with VIP access to their platform. Looking at the pricing and plan breakdown, I'm not sure that that gave me a huge advantage because a lot of what I did stayed with what's in the free tier. I think TalkingAvatar is on the right track, but there's quite a few things that I'd like to see improved, not only in the quality of the output, but also in the user interface. Hey, thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you had a good time, maybe learned something, got a laugh. Either way, come on back and see me in the next video.